While Princess Catherine is undergoing cancer treatment, the royal family and people are showing concern, a lot of concern for her health, and Harry feels more alone and irrelevant than ever, and it seems to be predicting a painful end for Prince Harry. So let's dive a little deeper into this subject in this video to analyze it more closely. Welcome back, we are the YouTube channel of Kate Middleton and the Queen. As we already know, Princess Catherine shocked everybody last month when she announced that she had been diagnosed with a type of cancer after her abdominal surgery in January. And today, royal expert Dr. Tessa Dunlop is claiming that Harry feels lost out. She told the Mirror, Harry's book Spare is permanent proof that he and one of our world's most famous women, Catherine, are no longer close. Let's not mention William. She said, beyond the uncomfortable optics, it is also possible that the Sussex brand will have taken a knock. Firstly, hard though it may be to believe, the public only has so much bandwidth for royal celebrity, and right now it is Catherine who is the global icon. That she would rather not be, especially in such unhappy circumstances, garners her all the more sympathy. Sure, Harry and Meghan had a right to complain about press intrusion and difficult dynamics within the institution of royalty, but can anything compare with the nightmare assault on Kate over the last 2 months? Alright, I think Harry really needs to learn how to move on with his life and just get over stuff that happened in the past. His mother passed away 27 years ago, and he still whines about it like it happened last year. And of course, he thinks of her whenever he puts her favorite cream on his frozen penis. Harry has not even been the spare for about a decade now, ever since George was born, but he still whines about it. And Harry himself has admitted that he's had lots of therapy, so either he just doesn't make any effort to get over his problems, or all his doctors are incompetent. It is time for Harry to grow up. He's stuck as a 12-year-old boy, the same age he was when his mother died. Meanwhile, people are forgetting, well, Harry's forgetting at least, that William lost that same mother, and he had to walk behind that same coffin. But he doesn't complain about it all the time. So Harry feels more spare than ever. Wah, wah, cry me a river. Now, the decision by the royal family to not notify Harry and Meghan before the public announcement just reiterated how untrustworthy they have shown themselves to be and how irrelevant they are now. But Harry, don't worry. You haven't been spared for such a long time. You're not relevant, you're not wanted, you're not necessary. He should really feel happy that he was once a spare, because now he's so untrustworthy, and that's why he's kept in the dark. It's justifiable. So when Prince George was born, Harry was asked how he felt about his little nephew, and he was asked for his reaction to this idea that he had been replaced, and he answered with a smile, and he said that he was relieved. It's only since Meghan got control of him that he whines about having been a spare. Honestly, he's like some kind of old appliance that somebody donated to Goodwill. Not incredibly useful and not necessary, but you just can't throw it away. And nobody really cares how Harry feels. It's not about him. Anybody would think that Catherine got cancer intentionally just to prevent Harry from getting all the attention. I mean, of course that didn't happen, but that's the way he acts. And we need to think carefully about Harry's current position. Now, before, he became just another person in the line of succession. He's fifth in line at this point. And if Charles passes before George has started a family, then he might rise one little slot. But after that, he's only going to fall further and further down the list. But that's normal. I mean, that's what younger children from the monarch have always done. I mean, just look at Andrew, for example. He was the spare for 22 years. And then he was pushed down the line by William, Harry, and their kids. And he has fallen from second in line to 8th place now. Charlotte right now is the spare. Harry is so desperate to cling on to some kind of relevance, which is probably why he's still claiming the rank of spare, even though technically it's no longer true. And let's also think about Anne, the Princess Royal. I mean, she was the third spare for such a long time, but she didn't care. She didn't let that bother her. She just got on with the job, and she worked her butt off, and she is held in high esteem by everybody. She was certainly the rock for the family after her mother passed away. I mean, she was right there next to her mother the whole time during the final journey home. Harry could have been William's right-hand man. He could have been William's Princess Anne, and they could have been an amazing foursome, but they decided to choose otherwise. And it looks to me like Meghan Markle is the one making his life absolutely miserable. Meghan Markle can't find a way to really compete with Charles and Catherine right now. Not only that, but Harry and Meghan insisted that they can still complete service outside of the monarchy, that they can still help people. Really? Well, what have they done exactly except make money for themselves? Everything they do has a hidden agenda. Meghan Markle does whatever is going to get her the most attention in the media and also some more money in her bank account. Furthermore, these two sold out their families to the highest bidder. So, no, we shouldn't have any sympathy for them, and they're not going to get any sympathy from the royal family either. Harry grew up understanding that he was a public figure, and that meant that he was always going to be in the public eye, while Meghan Markle just laps up the publicity as long as it's coming her way. She was told what to expect, and when she discovered that, well, the truth wasn't quite what she expected, that she wasn't going to be able to get her own way all the time, she just used the media as an excuse to run away. And now it looks like karma is coming for the two of them. Harry, you're the one who sold family secrets. You told vicious lies about your own sister-in-law, the beautiful Catherine, who you once described as the sister you never had. And you did that just to make money. You have gone from hero to zero in record time, and nobody has any sympathy for you. Harry also willingly traded one spare situation for his new spare situation. He is the spare in his own marriage. He's Meghan's spare. It seems like he really should have figured that out before he traded his royal spare status for this new Meghan spare status. It doesn't look very good to me. So honestly, I believe that Harry Sussex has gotten exactly what he asked for. He did a lot more than just betray his family when he slithered off to the U.S. with Meghan Markle, that washed-up middle-aged nobody. So if he's feeling like he's less and less a member of his own family, then that just means karma is doing her job. In another development, I am certain that we're going to see another book from those two, and probably the title's going to be, They Never Tell Me Anything. Well, Harry needs to understand that he's the one who quit, and he and Meghan cannot be trusted, and maybe then he can lead that happy life he claimed he and Meghan were moving to the U.S. to lead. It is a pretty unbelievable statement, isn't it? Harry was the one who left. He quit, and he ran away. He went off searching for financial independence, and then he whined that his father cut him off financially. He claimed that he wanted privacy, and then he and Meghan went on to do all they could to get publicity for themselves, but of course on their terms, which includes ignoring the privacy of other people. Harry and that nasty narcissistic witch Meghan Markle also knew good and well that Prince Philip was dying in the hospital, and they also knew that Harry's own grandmother, the late Her Majesty the Queen, was dying of cancer. But did it stop them? Absolutely not. So even if they did know about Catherine, the Princess of Wales's cancer diagnosis beforehand, it wouldn't have stopped them. Harry was informed about his father's diagnosis, and he came over for a little while. But as soon as he got back to the U.S., the nonsense started again. The two of them do not care. So if you ask me, it's Harry and Meghan's fault that they're pariahs now. They're the ones who went on national TV and held an entire lie fest about his family and then kept on doing that. Now, okay, maybe the spare is feeling the cold right now, but that's his problem. Harry should not have done all that in the first place. He can't be trusted. Harry put all the blame for his personal decisions on other people instead of looking in the mirror. Harry doesn't seem to understand that he is still responsible for living with the consequences of his actions. The only person he can blame for his problems is himself. And Harry really never understood that his status was as Prince William's wingman. He was supposed to be his helper. He was supposed to be his support, to be there for him whenever he needed somebody to lean on. But the reality is, Harry is no longer the spare to the crown. He's just a spare to Meghan Markle. And Harry was never a true royal. He was always trying to break the rules. He was always acting up throughout his entire life. His family had to cover up for him, and they had to spend a lot of money getting him out of trouble. The only time Harry really acted right was when he was with William and Catherine. And then Meghan slithered into his life, and it started up all over again. Harry can never be trusted. And no, he should never be allowed back into the royal family, or perhaps even the UK. And I'm so confused about why they're confused. Seriously, do they really believe that it is not their fault that they're on the back burner? Now, if he feels bad about Princess Catherine now, it's not going to stop him from saying cruel things about her, obviously. And the pathetic thing is that he would do the same thing all over again if he had the choice. Harry still feels like he has been wronged. It's pretty amazing, though, from a prince of the realm to a Z-lister in a very short period of time. Maybe he should have spent some more time listening to Catherine, but no. He rushed into marriage with Meghan, and now he's a laughingstock. It should be sad, but with him, honestly, I think it's just funny. After all, that is the problem with the gruesome twosome Harry and Meghan Markle. While Harry has settled with the reality that he's no longer the spare after his nephews and nieces came along, it was Meghan who really tricked Harry with her narrative that Harry's still the spare, like they claimed in his book, which is certainly not a memoir. That is a work of fiction. To be clear, Harry is as delusional as Meghan is. Harry hasn't been the spare since Prince George was born, so his importance only exists in his own mind. Harry is no longer necessary, and it's about time that he just gave up. It's only Meghan who keeps on wanting to talk about how important he is. And doesn't Catherine know that sympathy is his thing? How can she be so cruel to him after everything he has done for her? Like calling her a racist and letting that nasty Meghan Markle be a vicious bully towards Catherine and her children too. And what about the way they tried to mess with the marriage between William and Catherine? Oh yeah, Catherine's the one who is so ungrateful. Just now, I gave you our analysis of Prince Harry feeling more spare than ever after Princess Catherine's cancer diagnosis. How do you feel about this issue? Please leave a comment. We will always respect all your thoughts and reviews. So don't forget to support us with a like, share, and subscribe to Kate Middleton and the Queen channel. Don't forget to watch other interesting videos on the YouTube channel of Catherine Middleton and the Queen. Thank you so much, and I'll be back to see you again soon.